question to you is, what you want me to do with the music?
What music?
I do weekends, so yeah.
That was playing.
Oh!
Never mind. I figured.
Nice. That was nice. Like, nice.
Nothing
Okay.
chills people out like beats.
Alright. Okay, cool.
Sure, that was chill.
I fuck with that, man.
Alright, so we good?
Y'all good? Y'all ready? Yep.
Alright. Hello. Alright, good. Welcome all. This is weird. Alright. This is the first ever communion for the HangTime Magazine and media. Yeah.
Hey!
Thank you to ICN Storytime Studios for hosting us. This has been a great year for HangTime, and I'm really excited to just share a bunch of cool things with you all. But first, I kind of just wanted to just introduce myself, what HangTime Magazine is, and like the team that's here currently. So HangTime Magazine started like 2015. It was a way for independent artists to really just get seen, to really showcase them, highlight them in the form of a magazine. But also, we're all online. We do a podcast with ICN, and we plan to do even more events and hopefully do stuff like this in the future. Today I have with me a Sarr.
Hey.
And Kevin, if you would like to come into the frame really quick.
Hey.
Yeah, there's like 2 cameras going on. Yeah, that was funny. You just did like a little like bounce. But so these are the 2 artists that I have for the first communion. And I don't know. You guys want to know like what the like why I chose that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell us.
So when Wise kind of like brought up the idea that he wanted to do like a community day for ICN, I was just like, ooh. I was like, we should do like a communion or something like that. And I wasn't stuck on the name yet. I kind of wanted like to open it up to whoever comes and like see what your thoughts were. But yeah, it's like I just kind of like the word communion is like community, but also it's like you're sharing and gathering, like coming together and like just doing shit with one another. That's why I liked it.
Hey.
So,
It's a dope name.
yeah. If you don't like it, let me know. Although I don't know. Should it matter? It
No,
matter.
just put it in the suggestion box.
All right, put
Appreciate
it. Yeah, suggestion box. Feedback is great. But yeah, let's get started. This is weird. So basically, how I wanted to do is like a talk show. I like to talk,
Okay.
as you see, as you see. But I want it to be very conversational. So like, if you guys have any questions about HangTime, about what I do, is also like a good way to like let me know what you all are doing. Because I noticed that like the people that are around me, they all have like their own like shit. So aside from the magazine, I'm a DJ, I'm a photographer. I do a bunch of shit. So it would be great to just like hear you guys out, and then we can get right into the show. So yeah, first come, first serve. Oh, you look smart. Sorry. My bad. Hi, Curtis. Curtis and Maya is here.
I'm trying to be like you.
Yeah. So you guys don't have any questions? Nothing?
How often does the magazine come out?
Seasonally. So like right now we have a summer one, a winter, fall one.
Okay.
We're about to come out with a winter one. Yeah.
I love the seasons.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Really? Yeah. So the winter one is going to be interesting. It's basically like it's going to be called the digital space issue. So we're going to talk a lot about like how artists is using the internet to really like push themselves forward into the space. Hi, welcome.
Oh, that's my baby.
No, babies. Okay, nice. I love babies. Sorry. But yeah, all right. So, all right. If no one has any questions, we can just get just jump right in. All right, cool. So, Sarr, how are you?
I'm doing incredible. It's kind of a chaotic day.
Really?
Chaotic day in the world for sure.
Why?
It's all good. I mean, I don't know. Just like a lot of you wake up in the morning and a lot of things come at you at once.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that.
I feel
Just
that.
like a lot of different, like either news or like people requesting things from you. I felt like I was being pulled and fit. You know the vibes.
Yes, I do.
You know the vibes.
I know it seriously.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about yourself. Like, I know obviously I have you here today because you're an artist in every sense of the word.
Every sense.
Every sense. Because you don't just you produce, but you also sing. You also DJ.
Yes.
So talk about that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, the reason why I do literally everything is because I just can't like decide on what it is I fuck with at any given moment. I don't want to like never wanted to limit myself. You know, always wanted to learn mad shit. And can I curse?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it like a bunch of times. I've done it like so many times.
But there's like two big anchor points for why, like you said, like, you know, DJ, and like I can see you doing a similar thing with the magazine, with the podcast, interviewing me, and I've seen you spin before and you're fire with it too. So it's like, for me, like the pinnacle, like the pillar of like music making for me was growing up listening to Prince. Like that was my mom's Prince and Tina Turner. She's like I'm from Nicaragua. We were like, that's where I was born. That's where my mom grew up her whole life. She had no reason to listen to so much Prince and Tina, like in the whole foreign country. But like that was her shit. So like every morning that was what we would listen to. And like I remember vividly being like 5 years old watching Purple Rain, and she was just like, that's a man right there. It's a Prince in like heels and shit, you feel me? So it like kind of just like reshaped, number one, being a man for me, because I'm like, okay, this is, I can live with this.
Yeah.
And also just like, he did everything. Like he always excelled at it. It's kind of grimy to me to have him be my main influence. Because like, you see how far musicianship could go. Yeah. You know, you see how good musicianship could be, how legendary somebody could be, and you know that you're never gonna reach that. He was like truly one of a kind. Like I'm not even bigging down myself like that, like in saying that. Like you know how far you can go, and you know you'll never get there, but he's also the reason you try. Yeah. So I'm just like, damn.
You got some really big shoes to fill at that point.
I'm not trying to fill my shoes. I'm just trying to stand in the shadow and be good, bro. Like.
Okay, but.
And for the second one, this is like less of a story. I went in school right before I graduated college. My professor was like, the more shit you can do, the more jobs you'll get. So I was like, I bet I'll get money this way.
I feel that. Yeah. Honestly, like if you guys ever know, like if you're a freelancer, you can do anything. Just picking up shit, odd jobs is like the way of the 20s, honestly. Alright, so okay, I have you here today. It sucks that Cressa can't be here. Yeah. But I was really I really fucked with like the story and the vibe that you guys had, and like I was really happy that you just reached out. Can you just tell a little bit about what that project is for everyone here? Because what I've been saying, just like, there's a short film in stop motion, and like this artist to kind of just combine and just do really dope shit. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure there's like a bigger story behind that.
It was a whole Voltron thing, and you know, Cressa sends her condolences and stuff. There's some personal things going on, but her and I came together. She's a photographer, videographer, does all that, and she took pictures of me like 5 years ago, some shit like that, 2014, 15, for like a whole other project, whole other vibe I was trying to do. And it was one of those things where you meet someone, and it's not like love at first sight in the romantic sense, but in the friend sense. You know what I mean? You ever had that? Honestly, that's almost more wholesome. And it was like that, but we like never spoke again. Like, you know, I got the pictures before, I got the pictures when money was made, and then like we always followed each other, and somewhere along the way, I think it was last summer, we were just like, yo, let's link up, and then we just linked up at a time when we were both going through big transitions in life, like super personal ones, you know what I mean? Yeah. And we became really close through that. And then the collaboration just started just because we're both essentially weebs. Like, we're just both weebs. Like, both, like, when we talk about anime and shit. We talk about, like, monsters and shit like that. And that's really how the project came together. Her, like, favorite thing is Godzilla. Like, she loves Godzilla. And, I used to, every little kid fucks with dinosaurs. And, like, was always a big supporter of my music day one. And this is how I knew the collaboration was strong. Because it's just, like, I would put a beat tape out. First purchase was Cressa always. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, like, I knew that it was coming from a genuine place. And then the album and the whole film and the project came together. Everybody see the Godzilla movie, King of Monsters. You didn't have to see it. It wasn't really that good, but it came out in May. And because she makes stop motion animations of like different monster toys, but like, you know, cutesy like little Godzilla stories, things like that. Yeah. And she was using my beats for the preliminary ones. And then after a certain point, I was just like, yo, why don't we just do this together? Like, you know, I'll make you music, you make things just based off of that. And like we'll ride the hype train of the movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that worked out really smart. Well. Like that was like that one, and the movie didn't even really deserve our art like this. And it worked out like perfectly. Like it was like we ended now where if you, any of you ever go to Nighthawk, like you'll see our like one of our stop motions like right beforehand. Like it's been picked up in so many different places, and I think it's just because it's just like the most wholesome thing in the world. You know, we're not really asking you to like feel anything or like think super hard. It's just like be calm in whatever your present moment is. Like, you know, however you are. We want to be the calm in your storm, and sort of just make you smile. And not a lot of like stuff really comes from that environment. You feel me? Like I feel like a lot of it. There's so much movement being made, you know, and it's a time where movement should be made everywhere. Everywhere, but people need a rest. Too, and I feel like that's where we want to come from with that.
Well, I'm very interested in hearing like a couple pieces from that project, if you don't mind.
Right now, I mean, I'm definitely gonna play a lot of it during the set, but
yeah, let's.
Let me give you one. I mean, do you want me to do the whole 15, or you just want a piece?
Do the whole 15.
The whole 15.
You guys down for the whole 15?
Yeah.
Now, so before I start, this is gonna be a little serious, but like this is one of the things that really fucked me up this morning. I don't know if y'all know, but Juice WRLD passed away last night. So if you take a little second to just like, you know, sort of send the man through, 'cause he was way too young for that. This is on the album. This is called Happy But Hollow. I made this one. And you ever been at the club and you know you should be feeling it, but you're really not feeling it because you're going through it on some other shit? But
I feel it.
Yeah. Nah, you're good.
That's what this is. Bebop for us? Cowboy Bebop is really the greatest show of all time.
Yes. Yes.
You could say different, but you low-key wrong, and that's you know that there's lo-fi hip-hop streams? I make lo-fi reggaeton. That's What's your favorite animal?
Yay.
What's your favorite animal?
Lion.
Lion. Yours?
I guess. I mean, I do like lions.
You like lions?
Yeah.
Mine is turtles.
Ah, sea turtles.
Turtle.
Sorry.
The turtle?
Yeah.
There's no bigger strength in this world than being able to endure shit. And that's what turtles are. This is called Turtle in Space.
Oh, yes.
Do it again. I can't hear it. I will do this. I got this off a Kanye tweet. Honestly, a Kanye tweet inspired this.
Oh my god.
It's called Be More Like Water. You should learn to do the same. This is Sunday. It's the communion. Sunday's the best day of the week, hands down. I know some people got work tomorrow. It's calm about that. It's quiet about that. Sunday's the best day. It's a day that's just for you, a day of rest. Literally the whole reason I make this shit is so motherfuckers can chill. This one's called Stay Forever Sunday because I want more days to feel like this for real. If anybody makes beats in here, you ever had a drum idea on the train and then beatboxed into your phone?
Yep.
That's me.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
everything you heard, except a few of those. Some of those I made like last week, but everything's free on Bandcamp. Like, just use that shit. Just send me that shit if you do some shit with that, because I want to hear it.
No, that was fire. Alright, okay, I have one last question for you. Where can everyone find you?
Great question. That's A_SARR. That's Twitter, Instagram, Venmo.
Cash App.
You feel me? It's at ASARR, 2 R's, 1 S. Don't fuck me up, please. The amount of times people have called me ASR is a blow. Like, why would I call myself that? Think about it.
I think the most I've said is Sarr.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's
But I know it's Sarr.
Yeah. That's there's actually a Sarr is I just realized this. One of my Egyptian friends told me is the Arabic word for Osiris.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I know that.
Yo, run with that shit.
Yo, Lord of Death. That's me, baby.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So next we have Kevin Guzman. Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Can you switch?
I got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're so cute. Okay. All right. So.
Hi guys.
Yes. All right. So this is going to be like a change of events because we have two very different styles of music going on here. But I'm like that, and I know that a bunch of y'all are like that as well. You got trap going on. You probably got some other shit happening. Oh yeah, I see you nodded in the back. Yes. We're gonna talk later because I love your eyes right now. So all right. So Kevin.
What's up, Ebony? First of all, thank you so much for bringing me here to New York, to Brooklyn. I haven't been here since like high school.
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys don't know, he's from Philly.
Oh, okay.
Literally drove up here this morning.
Thank you, Tyler.
Yeah. And Denzel, who's
Denzel.
right here now. All right, so I'm gonna start off really easy. Like, tell me about yourself.
All right, so I was born surprisingly in
Don't
New
go
Jersey.
that far.
All
Okay.
Born and raised in Philly. No, 1 year in New Jersey. That's it. Born by the shore, Neptune City, New Jersey. Never really enjoyed it because I'm like Philly through and through. I was raised in North Philly. My mom is Colombian. My dad is Mexican. I have Spanish roots, but I was influenced by a lot of different cultures around me back in my neighborhood. You know, my next door neighbors were Arabic, Puerto Rican, everything. So I was around a lot of different cultures, and I vibed with everybody. You know, when you grow up in barrios like that, like everybody's family. You know what I mean? You grew like. You try their meals. You like. I remember I used to be with my friends. I used to see them pray every day, like 6 times a day. 6 times a day, I think they pray. And I used to like just look at that stuff. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Like we don't do that in my house. We pray like at night once, maybe in the morning. So it's just like, but like people are just living, you know, but coexisting, and that's in a way has influenced my artistic vision. You know, I went to a creative and performing arts high school. Me and Denzel actually went Kappa. Shout out to Kappa. So there was just a lot of diversity there from just the beginning of high school, especially that age of growth, from being a kid to an adolescent. You know, learning just different kinds of, you know, just the different types of people in this life. You know, whether you know you're an artist, you're an instrumentalist, a visual artist. Vocalist. I was a vocalist, so Denzel was a theater major, but everybody grooved together, you know. It was a small school, so everybody knew each other, you know. Everybody was doing something.
Nice.
And I learned a lot from that, just like learning, you know, gospel, classical, jazz, musical theater, pop, everything. And I love that. My dad, because he's a musician, he put me on that. As a kid, I used to listen to, like, you know, the Bee Gees, Barry White, Michael Jackson, Barry Manilow, Prince, the list goes on. So like my influence has always been like everything, but it's mostly pop. I enjoy pop because I don't know, pop is just like, it's always been there for me. Like pop is just like, everybody can get to pop. That's why it's called pop, because it's popular.
You're like one of the few people that I know that actually admits that they like pop. But
like,
I listen to pop, but I won't say, oh yeah, no, I love top 40.
Like, do I like pop today? That's debatable.
Oh yeah, that's
debatable. Like, do I like pop? There's some artists doing their thing, you know what I mean? But
so what are you trying to do with pop music then?
I'm trying to reinvent pop. I know it's like that's a little strong to say, but I'm like, for me, like especially like everything I've listened to, like I feel like I understand pop, but I understand it to an extent where I'm not trying to be cheap with it. I'm not trying to produce something every month. Like, all right, put a beat on, put some vocals, put some auto tune, bam.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly. Like I want to do a lot of quantity, but I want it to be quality. I don't want to just pump out and be like whatever. 1 month it's a hit, and then the next month nobody remembers. You know what I mean? Disposable. I don't want to be disposable.
Yeah.
I want it to have longevity.
Longevity. Okay, so what exactly? You spoke about what your music is, but what are you trying to accomplish with it? Like, what do you hope to do with your music? Is it to just inspire others, or you just hope to just reach as much people as possible?
It's a different array of facets. I definitely want the music to result in a lot of, to be able to help my family, like monetary, to be able to live off my music. There's a lot of people out there in the streets who hustle every day that work singing bars, singing karaoke bars, singing like the street corners, and I respect those. Those are the people I respect the most because it's hard. People don't really respect artists. They treat us like, oh yeah, $1. It's like, yo, can you sing for free for like 3 hours? We'll give you food. Which, listen, food is good. I like eating, but like, I also need to pay the bills. I need to survive. I need to be able to help my family, to whether you have kids or your parents. Like, I need to be able to support them. So one of them is being able to support myself and my family. Another is obviously I would love to inspire people. I love, because I've had the privilege to get outside the country and perform in other places. And it's crazy to think when I look at people's reaction when I sing, they don't know me, they don't know who I am. They just see this little kid just singing, and they're just like, they come to me, whether in Spanish or in English or in different languages, like they just shake my hand like, good, bueno, muy bueno. And they be like, ¿Dónde eres? Where are you from? Like, they just ask me questions, like, and it's crazy. They be like, they want pictures and stuff. I'm like, I'm nobody, but that's a beautiful thing to see that how music, no matter what language it is, it's a universal language. Everybody can feel it. You can listen to a song in Japan or in Korean. You don't understand the words, but if you feel the song, like it's just like it's something magical. Something that I call it like a sixth sense. Music is the universal language.
Yeah, I think we can all agree with that, right?
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I'm down to hear what you've got for us. I know you have a guitarist here, Tyler. Yeah. You want to switch places?
Hitting the stage?
Yeah, you hit the stage. Yes.
Give a hand of applause for my boy Tyler.
Give us a quick second. Might have to move. Do we have to move anything around?
Is there a mic or no? No. All right. All right.
Listen, we heard you rehearsing out there. We were all like, oh my God, this man is trained.
Trained.
Do you need this? Oh, you want the chair?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
So this first song I'll be performing, I wrote about a couple months ago, because right now I'm producing my album. I'm writing all the music, producing, and thank God I have a bunch of friends who help me and like support me, so it's been a great process. It's pop music, but this pop music involves like different styles. Some of them is just regular pop, pop rock, pop ballads. I'm writing a pop tango. Pop dance club.
Pop.
There's pop everything. Everything it incorporates different genres, but the main idea is pop. It's radio friendly. It's music that you'll like, and I hope you do. This first song is called "The Promise." I remember this friend of mine who went to school with me to high school. He's older than me. He's like kind of my spiritual brother. He has like in Christianity, they would call him like prophets. Like he has like this sense of like knowing, like just like feeling, like knowing vibes and energies. And I remember we were in the park one day, and we were just talking about life because like he was going through a lot of things, and I was just like, how you have existential moments. He's like, oh man, what am I doing with my life? And I remember I was like, do you think I should continue on with this music? And he told me like the worst thing you can do is to not keep your promise. Everybody has a promise to themselves, Protect your promise, that's what he said. We all make a promise to ourselves what we want to do. So this song is called The Promise, and I'm protecting it. protect the promise I made, and then you'll see who's me. Oh, you will, you will. You can judge me all you want and it won't faze me. I'll protect the promise I made, and then you'll see who's me. And come on. Come on. The clock keeps ticking, I still can't run. My illusions masqueraded to hide what I've become. Is it me? Is it me? Look into the mirror and what do I see? A boy with a vision, yet nothing's yet concrete. Oh, why do you lie? Oh, why? I know these tears have fallen so many times. The words I've written on you seem to keep you alive. Are you wrong? The pen and paper are useless now without the soul intervening. It's just an empty drum. And it's just an empty drum without the soul. It's just an empty drum, an empty song, an empty love. You want us to continue with the?
Hell
section?
yeah.
All right.
Play some more music.
All right. So this next song, so because of my Spanish roots, I love Spanish music. When I was a little kid, I used to listen to a lot of Spanish ballads from like my parents. So in the Spanish world, we have Jose Jose, Luis Miguel, Camilo Sesto, a ton of great Spanish artists in every genre, ballads, rocks. I love Spanish music. So in high school, I had a friend who was from Honduras, and he was an immigrant. So he when he was 14, he left his country by himself and went through Mexico and crossed the border on his own, like as a kid.
Shit.
Like this is like one of those things like you can die. Like if grown men die, imagine a kid. And I remember he would tell me all these stories, and like it's heartbreaking to see like the death and like how many times he almost died on his way. But he was one of those people that inspired me, like to those kind of things inspire people. Like to me at least, they say if he could do something, if he could make his dreams a reality all on his own with nobody supporting him, with no money, if he was able to do it and make a dream here, we can do anything. You know what I mean? This country isn't perfect, but we have a lot of things that other countries don't. And we need to take advantage of the resources here because we can do a lot of things, positive things for the world. And this song, Jamás, was inspired by many people, ballads like that, but I particularly my friend, because he put me on Spanish music. He one day came to my house and was like, yo, listen to this stuff. And I was listening, it opened my mind. Because I wasn't thinking about making Spanish music, but he opened my mind. I was like, yo, I'm going to get into the Spanish music thing because like I love it. And it's so funny. When I speak Spanish, when I speak it, it was like, oh, you sound like American. But when I sing it, it's like you're one of us. So this song is called. Jamás. It's a ballad. It's a power ballad. The song means never. So this is a love song. So Jamás means the song is a man or anybody looking for that love. You know, you have this love that you've lost, and you never forget it. It could be your first girlfriend, your first wife, or anything, or your first boyfriend, whatever. But it's that love that you lost, but you never forget. So this is my interpretation of what is love. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Te vi, no sé, tal vez te soñé, tu voz lo escuché, pero palabras que me hacen doler. La vida nos separó. En un minuto todo se acabó y mi alma no lo tengo yo, porque tú me lo has robado y yo nada, te seguiré siempre amando, aunque tú me has olvidado. Dirán que estoy muy loco y lo sé. Aunque Dios se ponga mi llanto, caminaré tras de tus pasos. Puedes tirarme al lado, pero amor. La vida nos separó en un minuto, todo se acabó y mi alma no lo tengo yo, porque tú me lo has robado. Aunque tú me has olvidado, dirán que soy muy loco y lo sé. Y aunque Dios se ponga en mi llanto, caminaré tras de tus pasos. Puedes tirarme al lado, pero amor.
Thank you.
I don't know how this works. You could just keep standing. I don't want to breathe, or do you want to sit?
I want to sit. That's
Okay,
all.
sit down. You took your jacket off in the middle of it too. Thank you so much, Tyler. Wait, no, I want you to
What?
stay for 2 seconds.
Okay.
I will bring a chair really quick. How did you guys feel about that? I know it like might be different for some of y'all, but like,
Nah.
yeah, that was powerful. Because your voice and that, yes, yes. Okay,
Kevin
so.
writes some dope songs. Let me tell you, it's so much fun to play with him.
Okay. So you spoke a little bit about the songs beforehand, but I just wanted to know, like, what can we expect from you two together? Because clearly the chemistry that you have together performing is amazing. Can we see more of it?
Absolutely. I'm always happy to partner with Kevin Guzman.
Thank you for saying his name right.
Yeah,
Okay.
anything he needs, I'm here to support him musically. You know, I play all sorts of instruments. I'm a teacher, so I'm out here just supporting music in the world, hoping everybody can just experience something that they like and just vibe with it. And that's what we're out here to do. So I hope you enjoyed so far. There's more to come very soon. Well, maybe not soon, but whenever. You know, get ready.
Okay, scoot over a little bit. Yes, come closer. Or maybe I can just move my phone. Is this okay? All right, sorry.
Be afraid? No.
Director behind the camera is telling me like what we should do. But, all right. But yeah. All right. Great. And then how about you? How did you feel about this? I know this is like your first time performing in New York.
Oh, I love it.
Aside from like what you usually do.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Kevin because my mom's an opera singer. She's a classical singer.
Great.
And I met Kevin because she was singing for Marian Anderson Historical Society. It was a Porgy and Bess concert, which she was also a part of.
Yeah.
So my mom introduced me to him. It was like, hey, this is the 70s. This is Kevin. Great music. And then I like connected with him afterwards. And I was just like, all right, yeah, let's go. So you meet people everywhere. Yeah, everywhere. All the way in Philly. I met him in Philly. But yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, guys. It's coming a long way. Thank you guys for coming as well. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. No. That's the point.
Okay.
I want like interaction. No, yeah, I love your energy. I really fucking love your energy. Oh my god, I'm here for it. And but you're also part of the show, so like your energy's already here. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, this is it. Sarr, if you can come really quick, just say,
Sign off.
yeah, sign off with me if you wanna. Oh no, okay. Or you can sit on.
Split screen.
Ooh, all right, yes. Wait. All right, awesome. Okay, so since we're all here, you guys have any questions for any of us while we're up here?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can ask me a question.
I know you've been HangTime for about 4 or 5, almost 5 years now.
Yeah, it'll be 5 years in 2020.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I see, like, you know, I see a lot of magazines come and go, but you were the first one I seen that really went to print. Like on this, like how important was that? How necessary was that for you?
So I've always wanted to be print. I think because when I started it, I was a sophomore at City, so I didn't have money.
Yeah.
I didn't have money, so I was just like, we're gonna do this, but we're gonna make it digital. So for some time, it was digital and it was through issue, and like there's many times where like I printed one issue at that time. I like gave it away, so I never actually had my own copy. It was like a raffle. I gave it off to people. But this is like the first time where like I like it and I just want to keep doing it. Like the other day when there's a party we had earlier this week. I sold like 3 copies. Like just from the people that were there, and I was just like, they're like, yo, we really fuck with this, and I'm just like, yo, I want this to be thicker. Like I just want this to be thicker with 4 C's. But no, like. It felt great, and I just want to keep doing it. If anything, I just want to keep doing more. Like, there's more avenues where artists can just be seen. Because I'm pretty sure you guys even know these dudes existed. So
I have a question for you. Can you say your name for me again? Just so I remember. Sarr. Sarr. So your music, I was vibing out to it heavy. It was very just like chill and very like. Reminded me of like I just kept wanting to spit over top of it, you know. I mean, I'm not a freestyle or anything, but like, do you have any lyricists coming or like any sort of like
I didn't even know this
vocals coming around the corner, or is that not something that we can expect from you?
For me, rapping over my own beats, I mean,
Or collaborations with other artists.
For that. I mean, of course, every beat maker gets a million DMs from broke motherfuckers being like, "Yo, let me get a beat for free." Like, so, that's the thing. But no, always, yeah, definitely got like some stuff in the pipeline. Like I put out a couple beat tips already. Usually, there's at least like a couple collabs with vocalists on there. For me personally, seeking out like a vocalist, be it a rapper, singer, or poet. Me and my girl in the back right here, she's like a poet, and we do a lot of we do a lot of stuff together. Like honestly, it just has to feel organic. You know, for me to like put it on my own records. Like I have in the Love All Monsters album, there's a song called Same Here, and it's just honestly it's like one of the best things I've ever feel like I've done. You know what I mean? Because we just like me and the person just sat there together and it's like, how are we gonna do this? And that's almost a little too intimate for people, right? You know, so I really like push away from it, but like I always encourage people. The idea for this entire like putting out beat tape process for me was I wanted to put out a free beat tape for people of like 50 beats, just so people could rap to with their friends. Like, you know what I mean? You don't even gotta be nice with it. You just like, you know, everyone's been siphoning and just like throw it on and it's like easy, you know? Something for the homies, and that's always an option. That's why like, you know, we need artists like you for that. Yeah, thank you put so them much. Out. Just that's why they're free on it out. 50 songs, like killing it. Songs for self-care, bro. Look that up.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you guys like? What are your plans for 2020?
Ooh, girl, there's a lot of plans.
But if you put it down to 5.
Put it down to 5. Okay. So we have the HangTime Music Festival, which will be coming out June 20th of 2020. And then I'm actually partnering with some people in California to do like a 2-city conference for hip hop. So right now I'm hitting what is it? Next week. With the 21st, I'm going to the Hip Hop Museum, which is in the Bronx. It's like the first one that they're opening up. So I was like connected with them, and I'm gonna basically create a whole like workshop event like for that conference in New York City. So yeah, we're in charge of the conference here in New York. What else? Listen to some other stuff. Instead of 2 issues, because June we were dropping the summer issue. So we'll have winter, spring, and fall. No, summer and fall for all 2020. So that will definitely be happening.
4 seasons.
Yeah, all 4 seasons.
All 2020. Let's go.
Let me see. That's 3. What else do we have? Y'all see my messages. What else?
She was looking at you.
Yo, no, I like deadass. Like, I'm really trying to figure this out. I just be writing stuff.
More chameleons for sure.
Yo, definitely. Y'all like this? Definitely. I want to keep it like low key. I don't want. Yo.
This is really first come, first serve.
Yeah, it was dead first come, first serve. And like I hit up some people, they're like, yeah, come. I'm like, it don't matter if you come or not, cause I'm still doing this. And that's honestly like the wave that I'm on. Like I'll have so many ideas, but if you on it, you're on it. If you're not, you're not. I'm not waiting for nobody no more.
You can't.
So that's the showcase. Oh yeah, the showcase. So yeah, with the HangTime Music Showcase, we're coming back with that next year, but we want it to be more fleshed out. Sort of like have a similar vibe to this. I don't know. A lot of people always throw events and like do showcases, but we want to actually be interactive. Like have people like
connect
involved. Yeah. So that's really where I'm on. Like people want to hear about artists, but like you also want to talk to them as well. Like, I'm glad that they're talking. That's great. That's fucking amazing. I love when people hit me up like, yo, thank you so much for like putting on this event because now I got this album coming out with this person. And I'm just like, oh God, that's dope. Send it to me. So like that's what I want to hear. That's the messages that I personally would like to get.
And then our showcases always end up being more than music.
It turns into like a photo shoot. Yeah, like you just have a bunch of creators coming out that just like vibing with each other, and that's what I like to see. That's what I love. So
I love to see it.
Yeah.
Do y'all have like merch as artists?
Oh yeah.
Another thing, 2020. Yo, we've been talking about that for like 2 years. We've been talking about that shit for 2 years. And then also the event that we had this past week, this kid who was DJing, this is his first time ever DJing, but he had all his friends wear like the shirt, like
nice.
with the name, and everyone was just like, "Yo, who is that?" That was like, it's not someone special, but it seems like it's special
It is now,
Because
yeah.
presentation is key.
Yeah, so I'm just like, all right. I'm like, we've been talking about this. I was like, we really gotta get on that.
So
Y'all got merch?
Yeah.
Do you have merch?
2020 is coming out.
Yeah.
Working on it.
I for sure do.
You should come out with merch.
Um,
I would rep that
please.
shit.
Soon.
I'll
You
fucking
got
wear
this.
that.
You can't see the man, but the man got style.
I would.
Yo.
I cop whatever you make. I do have merch. It's like I'm like super. I don't know about y'all, but I'm like type bougie about the materials that I
Oh,
wear.
no. I
No,
feel
like-
like it's important.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah,
important.
so like for me, like making clothes and shit, I'm not about to throw like a logo on a Hanes tee.
Oh, nah.
Nothing wrong with Hanes. Let's
Yeah.
not do it. Like, nothing wrong with
They don't
Hanes.
hit. They don't hit.
They don't, but it don't hit the same. You know, I want my body to be hugged at all times. So like,
Right, yeah.
Comfort.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yo,
That's-
I'm gonna
that's
ask where
cozy.
you get your shit from.
I got you, no,
Yeah.
I got you. But yeah, I do have merch. It's like I have like tees. I don't, you wouldn't see it, but like it's like the praying hands is like my favorite thing in the world. Like, you know, when I found out it was a high five officially instead
Yes.
of praying hands.
That's
I
a
was
high
like,
five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Terrible.
It's supposed to be two hands,
You know what?
separate hands high fiving, but I
Okay.
love the duality of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you do it yourself too. It's like high fiving yourself type shit. And it's a logo done with my friend Stephen Davis. He's one of the greatest illustrators ever, and it's dope. It's like a silky ass shirt. I got some shit like that. I want to do something in 2020. Well, my biggest project is I want to put out that album, like something like of a larger scale than just like a beat tape, you know, because those are, I can shit out beats all the time, but making like compositions and stuff is kind of the wave I'm trying to be on. And that kind of goes to merch as well, because like my whole thing is like self-care and comfort and things like that. I want to like see like, can I get like a candle popping? Like some shit like that, you know. Those are the kinds of ideas that are going in my head.
I'ma just let y'all know I'm a knickknacks person. I love that shit. Y'all see me in Flying Tiger, like that's my spot, like my store.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's not promo. That's not free promo.
But where can we find you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a website. I have to rebuild it because I just like
Social media, bro.
social media. No, all my social media is on my website, www.kevinguzmanmusic.com. But social media is Kevin Guzman Music, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Check me out. Got to put more content on. But this coming year is going to be a revamp. I got my logo that, bless his soul, my friend was able to finish before he passed away because of cancer. Shout out to Steve Cosmos. Check out his merch, really great. He was able to do that before he went out, but I'm gonna bring a lot of things this year. My album, thank God I got people working with me that are helping me. Definitely need to go back to Mexico and get rid of these braces because I'm not
We're talking about
vibing with
personal
this.
stuff now. I'm gonna get my hair cut.
Singing with this is like, I can do it, but I'm just like...
I was thinking about it too. I was like, because I saw like your mouth. I was like, is this hurting?
It doesn't hurt, but it's just annoying when you eat. You know, I'm trying to eat some Popeyes, and then the chicken gets stuck in my
yes.
mouth. I need to get this
I
done.
can get my nails done. Like,
Right.
like, a lot of things need to happen.
What about you, Tyler? What you
Don't
got?
worry about it. I'm cool.
He's like, I'm
Whatever
just
I'm
vibing.
doing,
We
Tyler will
here.
be there.
We
Alright.
vibing.
Well, if there's nothing else, I think this was a great first communion.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yes.
I love that we just like
First
sat at the
communion.
end like it was the Last Supper too. That's pretty lit. Yeah, fucks with you. Alright, that's it. We can like end it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can follow HangTime Magazine, ICN Studios, and ICN Storytime Studios.
Storytime
I'm
Studios.
still saying ICN Studios.
We all.
ICN, and then Storytime Studios, HangTime Magazine, Kevin Guzman, Tyler Illis,
I'm with Kevin Guzman.
and A Sarr.
Hey, Sarr.
Hey.
Alright, bless. Bye.